the ladies will always be lurking,
right?
Hoping for their moment and waiting. He can't see it coming. I see it from a mile away. I honestly hate it. I don't like when I feel like leveled off with someone.
Exactly.
It just irks my nerves, and so
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
But when you're
Ayesha Curry is getting a lot of hate online again. People are saying that she is secretly making fun of her own husband, Steph Curry. This is not the first time she has gotten this kind of public backlash, but this time it is really crazy because she was caught on camera in clear high definition. She even admitted that yes, she does get jealous of Steph sometimes. But she says that there is more to the story than people understand. So what is really happening here? Is Ayesha secretly hating on Steph? Or are people just thinking about it too much and making a big deal out of nothing? This is not the first time the internet has attacked her. Over the years, Ayesha's name has been dragged through the mud on social media with trending hashtags. Fans are convinced that she regularly embarrasses Steph. A lot of his fans say she often says or does things that make it seem like she is secretly jealous of her own husband's fame and success. It seems like she wishes she had the same kind of spotlight and attention. But here is the important thing to remember. Ayesha and Steph have a long history together. She is not some random person he met after he became famous. They have been a solid couple since they were teenagers. They were high school sweethearts who got married in their early 20s. They have had over 10 years of marriage, 3 kids, and many public moments together. However, not all of those moments have been perfect and happy. Some of the comments Ayesha has made over the years have left people surprised. They say she is trying too hard or that she is showing her insecurities. One of the biggest moments that got everyone talking was when she went on Jada Pinkett Smith's show, Red Table Talk. And seriously, what is it about that red table that makes people start saying things they probably should have kept to themselves? Anyway, Ayesha sat down with Jada, along with Steph's mom and his sister, and the conversation got very serious and personal very quickly.
How do y'all deal with all the ladies around y'all men? How do you deal with that?
Stephen is like very nice by nature. He gets it from his mama, and so like everything's always like very, very friendly, and sometimes to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm a grown woman, so I'll just insert myself and be like, hello, how are you doing?
The conversation then started to talk about what it is like to be married to a man who is always in the public eye, especially when he is constantly surrounded by women who want his attention. Let's be honest, famous men like athletes, rappers, and actors always have people sending them private messages or trying to get with them. There are always groupies around, and some of these famous guys don't even try to hide it. Cheating stories in the sports world are nothing new. But this is where Ayesha's situation is different. Steph has never been involved in any of that kind of drama. No women have ever come forward saying he cheated. There are no secret relationships or videos catching him in a bad situation. Even with all that, it doesn't mean Ayesha feels completely okay about it. Steph is constantly surrounded by attention, and she knows that plenty of women would love to have a chance with him. To make things even harder, Steph is just a naturally nice person. He is respectful, kind, and easy to talk to, which can sometimes make people think they have a chance with him. And Ayesha has made it clear that the whole situation makes her feel uncomfortable. And honestly, who can really blame her for feeling that way? So, Ayesha told everyone that she used to literally step in whenever Steph was talking to other women. She would walk right up and put herself into the conversation. She said she wasn't trying to be rude. She just didn't want those women to get too confident and try to hit on him. According to her, Steph is sometimes too nice for his own good. He doesn't always notice when someone is flirting with him or trying to use him. She says she was just trying to protect her marriage and keep her husband away from any potential drama. But not everyone believed her explanation. The part that really made people look at her sideways came later in that same interview. She straight up admitted that she gets jealous of all the attention Steph gets from other women. She said that while he gets all that attention, she herself wasn't getting any from men anymore. She said that not getting that kind of attention made her feel insecure about herself. And that is when social media went completely crazy. I mean, imagine being a married woman with 3 kids and saying on camera that you miss having men check you out. People did not know what to think about that. It just didn't seem to make sense to them. Then she said one specific line, and that's when the internet absolutely exploded.
The thing that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
Ayesha Curry is married to the famous Steph Curry, and she was complaining online that she felt insecure because she wasn't getting attention from other men. A lot of people online thought that was a really disrespectful thing to say. That was the main feeling on the internet, with thousands of comments making fun of her for days. People were calling her ungrateful and saying she had embarrassed Steph and disrespected their whole marriage. Some people even said she was making women look bad by acting like she needed that kind of validation from men. It was a really rough time for her. But Ayesha wasn't going to stay quiet. She responded with a long post where she said, "I have never been one to hide my feelings and emotions in any way. I am human. It makes me really happy to speak my mind, to be open about my feelings sometimes, and to really know who I am. If you get a chance to watch the actual Red Table Talk and not just the headlines and rumors, please do it." She said the full conversation was much deeper and more meaningful than the little pieces people saw online. She also thanked Jada for letting them all open up and be honest as women. "Let's continue to uplift, empower, and not hide our thoughts," she added. Steph even stepped in to support her. He sent her a sweet message that made people feel good. He said, "Proud of you for being real and putting yourself out there, and not being afraid of the potential nonsense that could and did come at you. There are way more positive things than negative. Keep being you. I love you." His support definitely helped quiet down some of the hate, at least for a little while. But now, years later, Ayesha is explaining herself again. Just a couple of weeks ago, she said that her Red Table Talk moment wasn't shown the way it actually happened. She claimed that her words were twisted and that the episode was edited to make her look bad. According to her, that day back in 2019 was actually one of her hardest days ever. She had just had a baby, she was still nursing, and she was dealing with all sorts of crazy emotions. She said what she really meant was that she sometimes felt insecure and wanted to feel seen and appreciated, not that she wanted other men to flirt with her. "They edited it to make me sound crazy," she explained. "That's not what I said. Honestly, this new information got people talking all over again. It made everyone wonder, did Jada's team really set her up to get more people to watch the show? Because if Ayesha is telling the truth, then the show might have made her look bad on purpose. And that is a whole new level of drama. Even after all that, the drama still didn't stop. People on social media are still watching every single thing Ayesha does. Some fans are convinced that every Instagram post, every story, every smile is planned out, like she is secretly making fun of Steph or showing off her own power. And yes, people have pointed out times when she posts about her own success or her lifestyle, and the comment section goes wild with people saying she's jealous of Steph. Or, why is she showing off when he's the real superstar? The internet never takes a break, and it absolutely loves a good scandal. But here is the interesting part. Not everyone thinks Ayesha is being shady. A lot of people say that Ayesha is just being real, just being human, and dealing with the pressures of being married to an NBA superstar. Let's be honest, being Steph Curry's wife isn't just about fancy dinners and nice family pictures. There is constant attention from fans, the media, and yes, from women who try to get close to him. Ayesha has to figure out who she is while being married to a living legend. That is a lot for anyone to handle. And sometimes, she admits that she feels jealous, and that is a totally normal feeling. Plus, Ayesha has been using her fame to talk to other women who are going through the same kind of struggles. She talks about self-confidence, relationships, and the good and bad parts of marriage. A lot of the people who criticize her say she is just whining, but more and more people are starting to understand her honesty. It's real, it's human, and it starts conversations that are much more important than just silly gossip. And you know what really keeps the drama going? The fact that Steph always stays so calm. He almost never talks about the hate in public, but when he does, he is always supportive and loving. He is basically letting Ayesha tell her own story while he quietly shows everyone that trust and respect are the most important parts of their marriage. People can't decide if their relationship is perfect or if it just makes Ayesha seem even more dramatic. Either way, the talking never stops. At the end of the day, Ayesha Curry's story shows us that life in the spotlight is messy, complicated, and really interesting. There are times of insecurity, jealousy, and controversy, but there are also times of growth, honesty, and love. And while the internet might never completely forgive her or forget a bad headline, Ayesha keeps on living her life her own way, without apologizing, being real, and still standing strong. The whole story is honestly kind of messy. Ayesha even admitted, "Yeah, I took that one personally," but a lot of people didn't believe her. When the Red Table Talk first came out, she said she meant every word and even asked people to watch the whole episode. But now, some fans think her new explanation is just because she got so much hate. And even now, years later, people are still spreading rumors that she is secretly jealous of Steph. And recent events haven't made things any better for her. Just a few days ago, she and Steph went to a Drake concert, and things got a little weird. Drake gave Steph a shout-out from the stage, and then he gave Ayesha one, too. But social media went crazy because people saw that Ayesha was making some really strange faces at Steph during the whole thing. People noticed that she didn't look very happy when he was getting attention, but she lit up and smiled when Drake acknowledged her. People were quick to make fun of her, saying that she wants the fame and recognition that Steph has, but without having to work for it like he did. Nothing gets people talking more than when a husband and wife seem to be competing with each other. And honestly, the gossip is everywhere. People are guessing that their relationship is tense, and that Steph might be stuck in a house where everyone is competing. There is talk of envy, anger, and jealousy. And all of this is because people think Ayesha wants to be in the spotlight that Steph is always in. So why would Ayesha be jealous of her own husband? One popular idea is that most of her fame comes from being Steph Curry's wife. That kind of thing can make anyone feel a little invisible. People say she often looks for approval and attention from other places, but whenever she is with Steph, she is never the main focus. The fans love him, and she naturally becomes the second most important person, which makes sense because he is an NBA superstar, but it still has to hurt her feelings sometimes. And even after all the hate, she quietly responded by posting a cute picture of her and Steph together with a caption that showed she isn't letting all the drama control her life. So, what do you think about all of this? Is Ayesha really jealous of Steph, or is the internet just making a big deal out of nothing? Either way, the story keeps going, and it looks like social media isn't going to leave her alone anytime soon.